Biggie joint. LA's PD subsequently opened up a homicide case after the Wallace murder and has not been able to locate. Oh, we went through that. Numerous sources have stated that they will cooperate if the FBI in attempts to determine what role the LAPD officers played. In the murder of Wallace, one source stated, and they got that redacted, 12/12/2003. All right. The following is a synopsis regarding the murder of Christopher Wallace, aka Notorious Biggie Smalls, aka Notorious B.I.G. Biggie Small, that occurred on March 9th, 1997 in Los Angeles. At the time of his murder, Biggie was the #1 rap artist for Bad Boy Records, based in New York. Tupac Shakur was shot and killed in Las Vegas, Nevada in September 1996, 6 months prior to Biggie being killed. Tupac was the #1 rap artist for Death Row Records, which is based in Compton, California. That is not correct. Death Row was not based in Compton, California, but I get what they're saying. Death Row blank blank blank. Bad Boy blank blank blank. I guess Death Row CEO Suge Knight and Bad Boy CEO Sean Puffy Combs. There was an ongoing rivalry between the East Coast rap versus the West Coast rap that escalated as Tupac West Coast was killed and that Biggie East Coast was killed in retaliation. Neither murder has been solved. Tupac and Biggie became friends as they were both began rapping on the East Coast with Biggie opening up gigs for Tupac. Tupac was signed by Bad Boy Records. That ain't right. That ain't true. Not to my knowledge. As Tupac got in trouble, including being shot and convicted for rape, among other things, he ended up spending some time in jail. During this time, Biggie's rap career began to flourish. Because of Tupac's bad reputation, somebody distanced himself from Tupac and stepped to Death Row Records. Suge Knight flew out to New York, bailed Tupac out of jail, and signed him to Death Row, West Coast, where he made millions. Blank at this time, Biggie was being named Rapper of the Year and making millions for Bad Boy East Coast. The following is a short chronology uh, of events, chronological of events that led up to the shooting death of Tupac and the retaliation of Biggie, where allegedly LAPD officers were involved. September 1993, Blank, a Death Row artist, was charged along with two. Snoop Dogg, a Death Row artist, was charged along with two other Death Row employees in the murder of a gang member in Los Angeles. Forensic and ballistics evidence crucial to the case and the possession of the LAPD Pacific Division became missing. Ballistics evidence crucial to the case and the possession of the LAPD Pacific Division became missing. At the time the evidence became missing, LAPD officer Kevin Gaines was living with Sharita Knight, who was producing Death Row Records, no, who's producing Snoop Dogg, a major part of Death Row. Snoop Dogg was subsequently acquitted. See, some of this stuff we know, so we can kind of put it together. Some of the stuff I may not know, some of the stuff y'all might know. But being that it's redacted, if you know the story, you could put in places just like we know Gene as the one that identified the man Muhammad and said that he walked up to him. He came up to Puff Car first. So hearing that, we know who they talking about, even though it's redacted. Yo, Corrupt C, chill out. No, Kevin Gaines was shot and killed. Notice how they focused in on Kevin Gaines. Kevin Gaines was shot and killed blank, I guess, by Officer Lager, if that's what they try and retract, because we know that. On March 18, 1997, as Gaines, while on duty, brandished the gun and the blood members' gang signs, Lager, while blank at a stop light, Lager did not know Gaines was an LAPD officer. Lager shot Gaines twice, killing him before Gaines was able to pull his trigger. Yeah, I just bit my tongue. Man, so goddamn greedy on this food. See, Corrupt C, you did that, made me bite my tongue, man. Gotta take human bites. I'm being greedy over here. Gaines shooting Gaines twice, killing him before Gaines was able to pull his trigger. Lager was subsequently cleared of all misconduct. Gaines was an admitted blood gang member and blank had an active role in death row activities. Who is that? Gaines was admitted blood member, and I guess Rafael Perez had active role in death row activities. October 1st, 1993, Tupac was arrested for allegedly shooting an off-duty Atlanta police officer. Charges were subsequently dropped. November 1st, 1994, Tupac was shot 5 times during a robbery in the lobby of Quad Recording Studios in Times Square, New York. Biggie and members of his entourage were inside the same studio at this time. Without evidence, Tupac and members of Death Row believe Biggie had knowledge or involvement in the shooting. This nigga wasn't even on Death Row at that time. So why would Death Row feel that way? See, some of the FBI shit is fucked up. But you got to remember, this is 20 years ago. So they didn't have the chance to update this and figure out all the stuff that we know now. But March 13th, you fucking kidding me? I just dropped my fucking piece of chicken, you fucking bitch. Damn, man. Nah, let me stop. God made dirt and dirt don't hurt. Y'all remember that? Good thing I got more of these. I might have brushed it off if y'all wasn't looking. Corrupt C wanted that shit. That's why I fell on the floor. And they go over there drooling and shit, trying to eat my food. Pause. A gang member is murdered at the El Rey Theater. Yo, y'all remember Reggie punk ass dry snitched about this the other day. I ain't say nothing about the El Rey Theater. If I was a snitch, I'd have said something about the El Rey Theater. Rat bastard. Oh my God. This shit is so good. Forgot I had 2 more turkey burgers on that. On the grill. Oh my God, so good. I know it would have been so much good with a bun and a burger and some mayo and ketchup, but I'm trying to stay on my diet. The gang member is murdered in El Rey Theater in Los Angeles. Many of the security people are off-duty police officers from Long Beach PD, Compton PD, Inglewood PD, Hawthorne PD, and LA PD. They're all working for right way security, not fucking death row. All working for right way security, like I said, who handle all death row security at the time. The victim was beaten by numerous blood members, death row, blank, and members. I don't know who they retracted. Right way owner Reggie Wright Jr., a former Compton police officer, blank, 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 snitch, 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 snitched. 1995 Source Awards. While on stage in front of a national audience, Suge Knight Death Row makes an antagonistic remarks towards Sean Combs of Bad Boy Records. See, some of this shit you can make out. November 1st, 1995, 1 month after the Source Awards, Suge Knight accuses Sean Diddy Combs for the Atlanta murder of Jason Robles. Suge was with Jake when he was finally shot, which was the result of an argument between Death Row and Bad Boy employees. Blank, 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 see September 1996 and chronologically, was identified by police officers being involved in this killing. Detective Blank, NYPD FBI Task Force, has source stated Blank was involved, who is a bodyguard for Bad Boy. I guess this, okay. Detective Blank from NYPD Task Force has a source who stated Wolf was involved, who is a bodyguard for Sean Combs. November 1st, 1995, same day. Biggie is named Rap Artist of the Year by Billboard magazine. At this time, Tupac was recovering from a 1994 shooting and charged with rape from a separate incident. November 5th, 1995, LAPD officer Kevin Gaines is investigated for working for Death Row, a violation of LAPD policy. He wasn't working for Death Row. He was working for Right Way Security or working for Snoop, right? We know that about Kevin Gaines, right, y'all? Late 1995, recording artist Randy Stretch Walker, believed to be on death row, but wasn't, to be of death row. That's because he was Tupac friend. Was murdered in a drive-by shooting in Queens, New York. Winter of 1995, shots were fired at a trailer being used to record a video by the Dog Pound of Death Row, who at the time was making millions for Death Row. Winter of 1995, Bad Boy released a record by Biggie titled Who Shot You? Death Row states they believe the song was in reference to the November 1994 shooting of Tupac of Death Row in Queens, New York. Tupac was in Death Row at that time, but we get it. Following the MTV Awards, Blank was reported beaten by members of Death Row who were seeking information on the whereabouts of Sean Combs of Bad Boy Records. That's the guys that they made drink piss. Blank recall hearing radio communication about this from police officers who were present. When he was released, LA County police officers were present. Two off-duty officers were present at the death row party during the beating. Two off-duty officers were present at the death row party during the beating. Blank. It is alleged that the death row security who beat Blank were LAPD officers working off duty for death row, which would be Right Way. The same two officers later seen at death row party. That's Mac and Perez. Following the MTV award, Blank was beaten by death row members who were seeking Sean Puffy Combs' address. Recall hearing a radio communication about this from police officers who were present. When he was released, LA County police officers were present. Two off-duty officers were present at the death row party during the beating of that person. It is alleged that the death row security who beat that guy were LAPD officers working off duty for death row. 1996, May. Death Row is investigated for zoning violations associated with numerous crimes of violence. Reports of this states there are armed security guards at this location in plain clothes and security uniforms. These security officers are off-duty police officers and retired officers, which are employed by Death Row. Not Death Row, Right Way Security. March 7, 1996, a fight breaks out between Death Row and Bad Boy employees in the VIP area of the 1996 Soul Train Awards. Guns being brandished. Officers responded. State Blank. Was that state troopers or security guards? Also present are off-duty police officers from Hawthorne Police Department and LAPD Metro. Officers among other agencies. Responding officers add these off-duty officers work for Suge Knight of Death Row as bodyguards. All these blanks are alleged. June 1st, 1996, LAPD is informed that ATF was conducting an investigation of Death Row concerning firearms violations and that the IRS was conducting a simultaneous tax investigation. That we heard that from Kevin Hackey. June 2nd, 1996. A meeting between LAPD and Death Row takes place to discuss dissatisfaction with armed security personnel and the use of off-duty police officers. August 6th, oh no, August 18th. Wait, when Pac got killed? September. All right, August 18th, 1996. Four identified gang members were arrested as they left Death Row. One semi-automatic handgun and two ski masks were recovered. Oh, Reggie, you ain't tell that story, Reggie. September 7th, blank, blank, blank. Tupac Shakur. No, Notorious B.I.G. Rap artist for Bad Boy. No, Orlando Anderson. Rap artist for Bad Boy, which he's not, was beaten at the MGM Grand Hotel in Las Vegas on the night of the Tyson versus Holyfield. Not Holyfield, Bruce Seldon. Tupac and the other Death Row members were involved in the assault, which was caught on videotape. LAPD officers Rafael Perez, allegedly, and Kevin Gaines, allegedly, were present in Las Vegas for the Tyson Holyfield fight. That's Tyson Brun, not Tyson Seldon fight. Because September 7th, 1996, y'all see it right there. No, all black people look alike. Tupac of Death Row was shot and killed in Las Vegas in the car driven by Suge Knight as they left the MGM Grand. This occurred approximately 2 hours after the beating with Orlando Anderson by Suge, Tupac, and others. Tupac died 6 days later from the gunshots. According to Compton PD, search warrant. Gang members of gang associated with Death Row met at Ludus Park. Gang members for the Tupac shooting. Y'all heard what they said, right? According to Compton PD, search warrant. Not Vegas, Compton. Who's Compton PD? Reggie and his father. Right? After this meeting, LAPD learned that Blank, an Inglewood school police officer, was working for Death Row. I believe that would be Kevin Hackey. Is that right? Or am I wrong? Is that Kevin Hackey that was an Inglewood police officer? I could be wrong. I'm not sure. All right. Blank was incarcerated in the LA County Jail October 22nd, 1990. That's Suge Knight. Suge Knight was incarcerated in the LA County Jail for probation violation. The beating of Orlando Anderson at the MGM with Tupac. October 23rd, 1996. While LAPD is interviewing Death Row employees, the interview was disrupted by Blank, a San Bernardino reserve officer working for security for Death Row. Who's that, y'all? Anybody know who the San Bernardino reserve officer is? Anybody? Nobody know? Nobody knows, huh? No? All right, cool. I'm going to keep moving. Or somebody might know. I bet Reggie know. All right. Biggie is shot March 9th, 1997. Biggie is shot and killed as he leaves the Peterson Museum party in Los Angeles. A dark Chevy SS Impala pulls up next to Biggie's car and shoots several times into the passenger area where Biggie is sitting. Ballistics examinations of the shell cases reveal the weapon used was a 9mm, and the brand of ammunition was made by Gecko. Gecko is a metal piercing round made in Europe and rarely found in the USA. I'm still mad I dropped that piece of chicken, y'all. I'm gonna go grab another piece. Get out of here. Um, Shortly after Biggie murder, an anonymous person placed a telephone call to Violetta Wallace. We already know that in New York, and stated that the person identified as D Mac, we know that, was involved in Biggie's killing. Blank spoke with LAPD and gave them this information, and subsequently told by LAPD there are over 500 D Max. Wait, hold on. Russell Poole spoke with LAPD, gave them this information, and subsequently told by LAPD there are over 500 DMAX in the phone directory. No further follow-up was done by LAPD. Russell Poole did not learn there was an LAPD officer named David Mack discussed later in the write-up until reading the June 7th, 2001 article in Rolling Stone magazine. After the murder of Biggie, LAPD officers learned that an informant has stated blank, blank, blank to murder Biggie. After the murder of Biggie, LAPD officers learned that an informant has stated Southside Crips was killed, was sent to kill, to murder Biggie. I'm assuming that because remember the LAPD officers learned that an informant, which I believe allegedly is Reggie Wright Jr., because this would be Greg Caden going to Reggie as a suspect in the Biggie murder. And remember, Reggie told him it was Southside that did it in retaliation for Tupac because they didn't get the money for killing Tupac. That's all alleged, but that's what it's all alleged, right? All right. Blank had a reputation of owing, I think it's Keefy D, had a reputation of owing, was it Colombians or somebody of death row, lots of money, and allegedly got them to peddle drugs, blank, or they would not get paid. Word on the street was cocaine could be purchased for 14K a kilo on the West Coast and sold on the East Coast for 24K. Blank had a lot of East Coast rappers like Tupac working at death row. I don't know who that is. Get out of here. Tupac and Blank, others began complaining about Blank, I guess, death row monies, all of the money being owed, all the money he owed them. Eventually, most Blank death row top artists left death row. Is that Suge? Allegedly, top artists left death row because of this, even though they feared for their lives. These artists include Blank Snoop, allegedly, and Dr. Dre, among others. I'm a legend. Witness to interview, all CIs have been identified. It is alleged from several sources that Blank Suge allegedly, or Death Row or Interscope owed Tupac millions of dollars from royalties that Tupac was soon going to be leaving Death Row and blow the whistle on Blank and his drug activities. Allegedly, that got to be Reggie. That got to be Reggie, allegedly. We know Reggie was the drug dealer. We know that Reggie is the one that